The priority of the kingdom establishes that worship is the first priority for which we come to the kingdom, our worship. And our worship is more than just our singing. Our singing is part of our worship, but there are other expressions of worship. But majorly our worship is conveyed via songs, via singing, via dancing, via praising, via clapping. These are different expressions of worship. And the Church of Jesus in Nigeria has done tremendously, impactfully well in worship. My God, the kind of songs we sing in Nigeria. One of my friends in the US, I traveled, we were in South Africa, and she said something to me, a white lady. She said something to me in South Africa. She said, my goodness, you guys in Africa are already taking over the music space. Like Nigerian songs, South African songs, then East Africa, for instance, Kenya, Uganda. Ooh, you can't survive on that East African songs, East African worship. Kenya, you hear them. I remember we went to Tanzania for a conference, and this conference was a crusade actually. We have the church, pastors and workers version, then we have the crusade version. And I was supposed to preach that evening in Tanzania. So at the crusade, when we got to the crusade, we saw people everywhere singing, dancing, shouting. Worship was going on. I was in the spirit. I watched my time. I arrived around 5. 7 p.m. people were still dancing, worshiping, different crew. I checked, 8 p.m. people were still jumping, dancing, shouting. The whole place was packed full. 9:30, people were still jumping, songs all through, dancing all through. I turned to the host, I said, Oga, when will the word come? He said, very soon, sir. I said, my God, is this what you guys do in this country? He said, we like to worship here. He said, they don't play with it. Now, I was supposed to be the last speaker. There was even a first speaker before my own session. So when they were done with all their dancing, 5 to 9:30, they called the first speaker. From where the first speaker was sitting to the podium, before he could get to the podium, more than half of that crusade ground started going back home. Started going. The guy went up, took the microphone, and started preaching. I was just pitying him. People started leaving. Before you could say Jack, the entire crusade had reduced. What was 100% reduced to 5%. And I was supposed to be the next speaker. I touched the host. I said, see, if you call me up, the trouser I'm wearing, both of us will put our legs inside. Don't even bother. I'm going home. The next day, I told my team, I said, see, please tell our host, if I am going to preach today, that crowd should not dance. They shouldn't try it today. No singing, no dancing. They should just do one worship and give me the mic quickly. And my plan was simple. Once I get the mic, I'm going up there to address that dancing demon. After addressing it, I will warn everybody to sit down, don't move an inch, hear the word. You know why I'm saying what I'm saying? Because it looks like in the chain of God's value, it looks like in the order of God's priority, we have taken the first and abandoned the rest. Okay, we've taken the first, there are some we've taken, but there are very important things in the Lord's Prayer that we have thrown away because we don't care about them. So we've taken worship, but we have forfeited the kingdom. The kingdom being the real essence and the real purpose. In fact, it is the main purpose for why we gather in church. And one of the things we do because we are kingdom people is to raise kingdom people, is to raise builders. The kingdom is what creates the platform for us to raise the people who will change their world. Worship will not do that. You know what worship will do? Worship will connect us to God the Father. Worship will help us relate with God the Father. But worship will not train, will not develop, will not prepare you, will not equip you to be a world changer.